anticipated reissue from Seiko, the Arnie. Now, I like this for a few reasons. I like the price point. I like the features that's here on the solar powered movement. But most of all, I just love the design. You know, you've got your classic tuna shape, but it's a little quirky. It is very 80s. And of course, the nickname stems from Arnold Schwarzenegger, who wore this in a couple 80s action flicks. And it could just be because the 80s and 90s are very huge right now in pop culture with nostalgia, but I don't know, the design speaks to me. I think it's a classic, and I love that Seiko has reissued it at the affordable price point. They've also done some other good things too. This is an ISO 6425 compliant diver, so you can take this recreational scuba diving if you have a mind to do so. And overall, it's a very comfortable, functional watch that does have some negative elements, and we will get into those throughout the course of the review. So let me put some dimensions here on the screen and kind of talk about the way it wears. It is surprisingly light when you see it in person because yes, it is a big watch nominally, but your plastic shroud, your very supple silicone strap, it just lends itself to being surprisingly light and very malleable on wrist. My wrists are 7.25 inches in circumference, and it's got the nice presence, but it doesn't have, you know, it doesn't have the weight or the chunky clunkiness that sometimes happens on a watch of this size. So it's probably due to the circular nature of the case, but it wears very well. And if you can wear a tuna, if you can wear the solar tuna, if you can wear a sumo, I think you can definitely wear one of these Arnie reissues. Now let me give you a quick rundown of the features here. I think Seiko's packed in quite a lot. This top button here will engage the light up feature of your digital layout, and you guys can see I have it mirrored to the timekeeping here on your classic three-hand design, and the P stands for PM. Now if I unthread, excuse me, I'll use this hand. If I unthread this crown, so you see the button up here with that little sliver of black, and I use that, I can cycle through the different features. So you've got your day and your date, you've got your secondary time zone, you've got your stopwatch, which is operated with just this pusher. So I can start it and stop it. You can time something up to 100 hours, right down to the 100th of a second. And if I hold it down, it will reset. If I cycle again, you've got your alarm, and then you're back to your starting position. Let me give you a sense of the alarm sound. It's fairly loud. I think if you're a heavy sleeper, you're probably not going to hear it, but I was a little bit surprised at how loud it is. Now another handy feature is if you hold down the top, you can get a battery life indicator there. So it says BAT 10, which on a scale of 1 to 10 means it's fully charged. So that will float for a few seconds and then go back to your starting designation there. So really cool features. Now let me give you a lume shot. The lume is printed Lumibrite. It's a decent application. I'd say it's on par with other more affordable Seiko watches. You know, nothing like the classic tuna or like a Marine Master, but still very impressive in low light. Now again, let me demonstrate that backlight feature in darkness so you guys can see how bright this is in low light situations. I'm a fan. Now let's zoom back out and talk about some negative elements. The biggest one for me is going to be bezel action. You guys can hear it's very loud, but it has a very soft, kind of mushy feel, and it alternates between heavy clicks and light clicks. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It has a very kind of cheap feel to the bezel, at least the action. Now it lines up perfectly. There's no misalignment or quality control issues there. It is fully indexed, and there is a nice angle down or a slope down from the outside edge of the bezel down to the Hardlex crystal, but that action is pretty disappointing. Other than that, what elements would I change? I would like to see a sapphire crystal. Now with this being an ISO 6425 compliant diver, I get that they're using Hardlex. A good hardened mineral crystal is better for actual diving. But I think majority of us that are buying these watches and using them, we're not actually going scuba diving, we're going desk diving. And a sapphire crystal with anti-reflective treatment I think would be a welcome addition to the watch, but I can live with the perceived negative elements. Because guys, you know, we can nitpick these watches to death and say, oh my goodness, Seiko should have done this. I can't believe they did this, or what a missed opportunity, or it's overpriced, or this or that. You know, we can really overanalyze some watches, but at the end of the day, you know what this thing is? This is a fun reissue here. I like the affordable price point. I like the features. Does it have negative elements? You bet it does. It's not a perfect watch, but it is a really fun one to wear and use. So I want to thank Mimo of Mimo's Jewelry for lending this one in for me to present. Mimo is an awesome guy. He's a friend of mine. He is a big watch fan. And if you guys are interested in the Arnie, other Seikos, some other brands like Hamilton and Alpina, I'll put a link in the description to his website and his Instagram. Reach out to him directly. I can't advertise actual prices, but if you contact him, he will give you a good deal. So guys, thank you for taking the time to watch today. Hope you found the video enjoyable and informative. Let me know if you have any specific questions, and I'll see you in the next one.